Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and I figured I would just come on here to just say Happy New Year to everybody. It's the last day of the year now, it's December 31st, and from where I am, it's like 9 p.m. right now, so the new year is about 3 hours away right now, but yeah, the year 2021 is coming to an end, and we're about to begin 2022. Yeah, gosh, I mean, yeah, so I just figured that I would just wish everybody out there a happy new year. Yeah, I know that I really haven't done anything like since like I finished my Christmas reviews this week, but yeah, just like I told you guys like I was like sick and I've just like been dealing with like some issues as far as that goes. So yeah, so that's why I really haven't like done anything this week since I finished my Christmas reviews. Yeah. But but yeah, I just wanted to say Happy New Year. So yeah, and I figured like as I've done the last few years, I figured I would just come on here and just kind of like do a little bit of a retrospective and just do a recap of the year for me. So yeah. Well, before I start off with this, I got like some like this year has ended with some sad news because yeah, I'm not sure how many of you have heard about it, but yeah, today Betty White was found dead. Yeah, so gosh, I mean Betty White, I mean she was just like such an icon in like the movie and TV world. I mean she was just like such a famous actress and yeah, just like such an icon in media. I mean, yeah, she was just a really like a pioneer of what's known as early television, and yeah, she's just like had like a career just like going on for 8 decades. So yeah, so she was just like such a popular and beloved woman, and yeah, and just when just seeing like how long she lived, like I was really thinking that like she wasn't ever gonna die because I mean she's like been living for so long. I was just thinking that she might have been immortal or something. But yeah, today she was found dead, and yeah, and it's just like really sad. Yeah, so Betty White was really like just the last surviving Golden Girl. Like she really did outlive the other three for quite a while, but yeah, now she has passed too. So yeah, so now all of the Golden Girls have passed. Yeah, and of course Betty White has just had like countless roles in a whole bunch of movies and television. So yeah, so it's a sad thing to hear that she has now died. I mean, yes. And I was just talking about the Golden Girls. Yeah, there was apparently actually a reboot of the Golden Girls that was actually planned for release, and yeah, and it was actually going to be it was actually planned to be released uh, on Betty White's 100th birthday, which is actually my 28th birthday. So yeah, when she would have turned 100 years old in just a couple of weeks, I would be turning 28. So yeah, so I actually do share a birthday with Betty White. So yeah, so that's like kind of like something that I did have in common with her. So yeah, and just to hear that she is dead now, just oh my goodness, like I just like couldn't believe that. But yeah, it was just a sad thing. But yeah, she was 99 years old and she really did live a full life. So yeah, so rest in peace to Betty White. Yeah. All right. But yeah, okay. So yeah, so I guess I'll just recap the year of 2021 for me. Yeah. So 2021, I mean, it was definitely a well, I guess we can all agree it was a better year than last year. I mean, everything that was going on with COVID and just all that crap that went on with like the World War III scares and the stuff with the and yeah, and also like stuff with like the presidential debate and the sports being put on hold and all that other stuff. So yeah, last year was definitely a crazy year, but yeah, this year 2021 things did get somewhat better. I mean, of course, like we still do have a COVID going on right now. I mean, really don't know like when this whole COVID stuff is finally going to end. Well, I mean, I guess like I shouldn't really say end because it's really like never going to end. Like COVID will just like it will be an illness from here on out, but hopefully they will actually be able to do something to actually get it under control so it's not like as much of a problem as it is. I mean, they've been working on it, of course, like the vaccine, was around this year, and also like the whole mask mandate stuff that has like been kind of like go like it's not as crazy as it was last year. It is still kind of a thing, but yeah, it's kind of like settled down a little bit. But yeah, hopefully like in next year, hopefully it'll calm down some more, and hopefully we can get back on track to get things as back to normal as we possibly can. But yeah, it did get better this year with that kind of. Yeah. Yeah, and also like I did tell you guys that just this past summer I did like start a new job, and yeah, and I have been like working that job ever since. Like I told you guys last year that I did leave my old job, and I did try to go to another one, but it didn't work out, so I didn't stay there very long. So yeah, and if I didn't actually find another job until just this past July, but yeah, I did finally start up another job, and yeah, and things have been getting better for me there. Like I've like built up like some more stuff, and yeah, and just I mean, yeah, it has been going good, and I've been like getting back on track. Like the job that I'm working now has been working a lot better than the one I tried to go to after I left my old one. And so the job has been like working out better for me. Yeah. And of course, like if as you guys know, like I told you before, like I moved over here with my dad this back in August. Yeah, just like I was saying, like if you did watch my video, like the first video that I made here, I like said that how I had to leave my old home because yeah, I just had like some stuff going on there, and I just couldn't continue living there. So yeah, so I've moved over here now. Oh yeah, and I just am still in the process of like getting myself over. Like it's just taking a while to really get everything here, just because yeah, I'm not able to like actually like rent like a U-Haul or anything to bring myself over. So I've been bringing it over little by little and all. But yeah, it's just like really taking a while to get all my stuff over here. But yeah, I am getting it over here little by little. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and just yeah, and I've just like been like going through like some stuff this year as well. Oh, and yeah, and so yeah, so the year like I guess yeah, it's safe to say that this has been a better year than last year was. So yeah, and so yeah, so I guess 2021 was overall like for my personal life, it was an all right year. Yeah, although yeah, it has did have like some difficulties throughout it, but yeah, I guess overall like it was a solid year. I mean, yeah, like if you guys saw the video that I did like a couple months ago. Like you did see that I did go to Los Angeles back in the at the start of October. So yeah, and that was a pretty good trip. So yeah, so I'm glad that I did do that. And yeah, and so yeah, so I have like had like some ups and downs this year, but yeah, overall, yeah, I guess the year has overall been solid enough. So I guess I'll like recap what I have done on this year on YouTube. So this year for YouTube, like I know that I was like taking like a whole lot of like hiatuses is between videos. Like took like several hiatuses where I wasn't making videos for like 2, 3, sometimes 5 weeks. Yeah, but yeah, just because I had like a lot of stuff going on, like the new job, like I was kind of like busy with it at a lot of points. So yeah, so I was kind of like not really being up to like making videos for like a certain point at times. Yeah, and even like before I started that job, like just yeah, it was kind of like difficult to really like think of like some videos to do. But yeah, I tried to like get out like what I could whenever like I could think of something to talk about. Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, with the a couple of months where I really did just a, a branch out and like I really did like push out like just a whole bunch of videos for you guys whenever I when I did like the themed months, such as what I did this month. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I'll just go through like. some of the highlights that I did on my YouTube channel this year. Yeah. So yeah, when the year started off, like my first video of this year, I did the video where I was doing the retrospective where I was like going through the SmackDown video game series. He's yeah, because of course, like I've shown you guys, like I've gotten like a whole bunch of video games for a whole bunch of systems, and yeah, and I did like get the whole entire original SmackDown series, starting from like the original PS1 SmackDown game all the way through WWE 13. So yeah, so in my first video of the year, I actually I did like do a retrospective talking about that entire series, just going through like some of like stuff from each game and just kind of telling you guys what I liked about each one of them. Yeah, and that was actually wound up being the longest video that I ever made. That video was like an hour and 40 minutes. So yeah, but that was like a long video because there were of course quite a lot of games for me to talk about. So yeah, so it was kind of lengthy because I had like a whole bunch of games to go through. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and then also this year I did review like several wrestling pay per views. This year I reviewed Judgment Day 2001. I reviewed the Hulk Hogan Vader match from Super Brawl 1995. I reviewed No Way Out 2002. I reviewed WCW Greed 2001. Yeah, I did that in honor of it being the last WCW pay per view in history, and it wound up being like the 20th anniversary since that pay per view. So I figured it would make sense to do that, make a review for that pay per view. Yeah, and then I also reviewed Bad Blood 2004 this year. I reviewed Bash at the Beach 1997. I reviewed SummerSlam 1998 and 1993. Yeah, yeah, and then and I also reviewed Survivor Series 2005. So yeah, so it wasn't really like as much wrestling pay per view reviews this year as like I've done in previous years, but yeah, I still I think I did a good amount. Oh, and did I mention that I also did a review Backlash 2003? Did I forget to mention that one? Yeah, I also did a review Backlash 2003 this year. Yeah, yeah, and then also this year, I also did a video I started up a whole another type of video game related videos where I was did Battle of the Ports where I was comparing the two ports of the first Mortal Kombat game. I was comparing the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo versions of the game. I figured since I've been getting a whole bunch of video games and I've been getting some for the multi-platform games on different systems, I figured it would be interesting actually compare two different in versions of the game and just see which one is better. Yeah, yeah. So I also started that up this year. Yeah, yeah. And then then I also this year during February in honor of it being Black History Month, I also did something in honor of Black History Month. I ended up reviewing a Song of the South. Yeah, I figured even though that's a really controversial movie, I figured it would have been interesting to talk about it, especially since it never has actually had a home video release, since it really hasn't been as it's not really as popular as a lot of other Disney movies out there. I figured it would be interesting to talk about that movie despite its controversy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then I also was talking this year. I also did a video kind of talking about just how AEW really shouldn't try to be another WCW because because AEW seemed to be pulling a lot of pages out of WCW's old book by just a lot of tactics they were doing similar to what TNA did to do, and I was just talking about how they really shouldn't do that and they should just really try to just be their own company and not copy WCW. Yeah. Yeah, and then this year I also counted down the top 15 best Spider-Man games. Yeah, it's my picks for the top 15 best Spider-Man games of all time. Yeah, I, that was something that I really was wanting to do for quite a while, and and it took me I wanted to do it because I had just a whole bunch of Spider-Man games to play through. Yeah, but I did it, and yeah, and Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about like the Spider-Man games since had a whole bunch of them, and since it was another type of like video game video, I figured it would be like a good one to do. So yeah, and I did it this year. I counted down my picks for the top 15 best Spider-Man games. Yeah, and then I also this year I did review the movies for the Monster Verse to lead up to Godzilla versus Kong on this year. Yeah, and I also did give my thoughts on the Godzilla versus Kong movie. Yeah, yeah. I also did talk about like why I still do prefer like seeing these newly released movies in theaters over like watching them on the streaming services whenever they're released. Yeah. I also did give my thoughts on both nights of WrestleMania this year. Yeah, and then yeah, this year also like for the month of May, I did my usual thing where I d- did like something special for the entire month of May. This year for May, I did just a review like a whole bunch of like Disney movies that were really just like from the 2000s that have just like really been obscure because yeah, I talked about it before. Just like there are a lot of Disney movies from the 2000s, just throughout the entire decade, that have really just like fallen into really like real obscurity, and nobody really does talk about them. Even the ones that really did get talked about, like when they were first released, they really didn't get seem to talk about like shortly after their release. So yeah, so I just found it like really odd, and I just like went through like a whole bunch of them throughout the month of May this year. I reviewed stuff like The Dinosaur, The Kid, The Rookie, Max Keeble's Big Move, Princess Diaries, Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Sky High, The Wild, Meet the Robinsons, Princess and the Frog. Yeah, just like a whole bunch of those like that. And I also like wound up doing like a few more after the month of May, just like ones that I did like a find after May was over, and I just did a few more that I labeled as by popular desire. All right, yeah, yeah, and then this year I also like along with the SmackDown game series retrospective that I did at the start of the year. Here, I also did one talking about like the WWE games for the GameCube. Yeah, I figured like since it's like those were like games that really did seem to be like extremely popular, that would be like another one that would be good for me to talk about. So yeah, so I did talk about like the four WWE games on the GameCube as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I also did give my thoughts on the new Space Jam movie when I went to see that. Yeah, yeah. And then I also made a video like talking about like five classic toys that I want Funko to release, with them like re-releasing the Turbo Man action figure earlier this year. Yeah, and then I also did give my thoughts on the Venom Let There Be Carnage movie that came out in October. Yeah. Yeah, I also did give my thoughts on how I felt about the new Scream movie being made, which is just coming out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, and then when I go see that movie in a couple of weeks, I will make a video giving my thoughts on that movie. Yeah, and then of course, like in honor of Halloween, I like dedicated it to Goosebumps. Like I started it off by just like making a video like counting down top 10 questionable plot points throughout Goosebumps episodes, because like I said, when you do watch like Goosebumps episodes, like there's like some certain things that you see like happening that really just make you question like why they didn't just handle it in a different way, or how does some stuff even happen and stuff like that. So I started off with that, and then then for like 13 days of Halloween, I just ended up like making a bunch of Goosebumps reviews. I like did just reviews for like the Goosebumps episodes that were released on home video in the 90s. So yeah, stuff like Stay Out of the Basement, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Welcome to Dead House, Night of the Living Dummy 3, and the two Haunted Masks. Yeah, and as I was doing that, I also like I did give my thoughts on the new Halloween Kills movie when I went to see that. Yeah, yeah, and then then I also was made a couple of videos giving my thoughts on some upcoming movies. Like I didn't make a video giving my thoughts about how I felt about the West Side Story remake when I heard about it. Yeah, I know like I haven't made my video actually giving my thoughts about that yet. I'm hoping to go see it like in the next few days. Like me and my brother are talking about possibly going to see it tomorrow. It's not a guarantee yet, but I might, and if we do, I will make the video. But yeah, I did give my thoughts on how I thought about that being made, and I also talked about like how I felt about this new Lightyear movie being made. Yeah, and then I also gave my thoughts on this new Rocky versus Drago director's cut of Rocky 4 that was just released last month. I did see it at its one night only theater premiere here. So yeah, and I did give my thoughts on that version of Rocky 4. Yeah, yeah. I also made a video listing like top 10 facts about wrestling that fans really need to face because yeah, there's just like some stuff that wrestling fans can be very ignorant about, and there are just like certain things they need to face. Yeah, yeah, and then in honor of Thanksgiving, I made a Thanksgiving review once again, like I have done the last couple of years. This year, in honor of Thanksgiving, I reviewed the Keenan and Kel Thanksgiving episode, Turkey Day. Yeah, and then then of course then I just finished off the year with my big month of December with me making my Christmas reviews as well as the other stuff that I did throughout the month, along with the Christmas reviews, like in honor of the West Side Story remake being released. I did review the original West Side Story, and of course, like with Spider-Man: No Way Home, release approaching, I also did like a whole all the reviews like related to Spider-Man: No Way Home. I reviewed the Phase 4 MCU films, and I reviewed the other Spider-Man movies I hadn't talked about before. I reviewed the two Amazing Spider-Man movies, as well as Into the Spider-Verse. And then I also did give my thoughts on Spider-Man: No Way Home, which was, yeah, just an absolutely unbelievable movie. So, yeah, if you do want to see my thoughts on that, like just go check that out because I do say a lot about it. Yeah, it's like a 50-minute video, so yeah, check that out if you want to see it. Yeah, and I also like did give like a few more thoughts in my Jack Frost review about the movie. Yeah, there are a few more things I do want to talk about regarding like the future of Spider-Man and stuff. So yeah, I probably will make that video sometime like in my next few videos. It'll probably be one of my next few videos that I do make. Yeah, but yeah, I did talk about that. Yeah, and then I just made like a bunch of like reviews for just like a bunch of like Christmas movies and specials I hadn't talked about. Yeah, yeah, and I know that my Christmas, my final review that was supposed to come out on Christmas Day, I know that did come out like a day late. It was my last video that I did make. Yeah, but like I said, I was just like spent the entire day on Christmas just. I was sick all day, so I just like wasn't in the right condition to make the video. Yeah, and I was kind of upset that I was sick on Christmas because it just all but wrecked my Christmas. So yeah, it really did suck. But yeah, I did at least like get the last review out to you guys, even if it was a day late. So I do apologize. But yeah, I was just sick, so I couldn't make it on Christmas. And yeah, so yeah, and yeah, and that is like just like basically like what I have done on YouTube this year. Also, like this year, I have like reached now 350 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed this year. Yeah, and I have noticed like in my videos there is like somebody that's tuning in because I've been noticing on like my a lot of my videos like there has like somebody has just like been giving a like, and I have seen like some that have gotten like a few likes. So thank you to the whoever it is that is like always tuning into my videos and always giving them likes. Like so, yes, thank you to everybody that has like supported me. I know that my videos really don't get like they don't get like any PewDiePie's these views, and yeah, it doesn't get like SS Sniper Wolf or Angry Grandpa or anything like that. I know that my videos don't get like the millions of views that those ones do, but for everybody that does tune into these videos, thank you very much. Yeah, and just yeah, 2021. It has been quite a year, and yeah, and I guess it is safe to say it has been better than 2021, and hopefully, like things can continue to go back up from everything that COVID caused in 2022. So but yeah, so so we'll just see what a 2022 does have in store for us. All right, but so I guess that's all I really have to say. So thank you to everybody that has tuned in to my channel this year. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed and liked the videos and watched them. And yeah, just yeah, thank you to everybody that has supported this year, and just yeah, happy New Year to everybody out there. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, in 2022 things will continue to go up from everything COVID caused. All right. So yeah, so I guess that does it for this video. So yeah, so hope you guys did enjoy everything that I did do for you this year. So yeah, so thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and happy New Year to everybody. Hope that your new year is really nice, and yeah, hopefully 2022 will be a good year for you. All right. So thank you to everybody for watching, and hope you enjoyed everything I did, and I'll see you guys in 2022. Happy New Year.